You wanted it, man. The meal. So, guys, this is a little Sunday thing that I wanted just to do for you before we obviously embark on the hangout here. So, this is just a very relaxing, chilled out Sunday thing. So, again, guys, press pause and get a drink. Get a drink, get a little meal, and just join me as I just give my general thoughts. So, these are just general thoughts here. So, first off, because people wanted to hear about this, the Brick Academy. Because I think it's this dude called Ashley. He made a suggestion which I know I wanted to do. I want to really get the Brick Academy really popping off. So he made a very good suggestion, saying that, you know what, weekly or every other day updates on bricks. Because what the idea of the Brick Academy is this: I want this to be the gold standard, where every single one of the worst players in the world are under the academy. So I don't want to miss anybody. The whole point of the Brick Academy is that if you're crap and you're a major player in the world, you're in the Brick Academy 100%. You have to be there. So there's no way that you're a major player and you can be hidden. So, but beyond that, so right now in the Brick Academy, what do we have? The scholarships. Welbeck, who is still one of the worst players that I've ever seen in my life. Rafinha, who is still flipping awful. And people, I think a guy tried to defend Rafinha. I was like, people are crazy, man. And Oscar. So these are the bricks that we have there. Oscar, Welbeck, Rafinha. They have a scholarship at the Brick Academy. They are amongst the worst. They're the special ones. Now, Benzema has been demoted. So Benzema had a scholarship, and now he's currently in Class A. So he's been demoted down to Class A. And if he shows up in the Champions League final, man, he could go down to Class B or Class C. But the worst happens, even if he scores like a hat trick, the best I can give him is Class C. He ain't getting suspended even if he gets a hat trick in the Champions League final because he's done too much bad. So who else do we have in Class A? We've got Mustafi, who's been so crap that he's actually missed out on the German provisional squad. Koscielny. Please tell me, people, when was Koscielny ever the best defender in the league? Because I'm getting really pissed off with false narratives. And that is a false narrative that I want to put a stop to right now. Koscielny was never, ever an elite defender. He was never, ever one of the best defenders in the league. Never. So you have this. We've got Moncella and we've got Andre Gomez. I think... was Andre Gomez actually in the Portuguese squad? Because this guy has had a horrible season for Barcelona where his teammates are like, what the hell? Now things get a bit exciting. I mean, let's be before we go there. Class B. Conte is in Class B. He was in Class A. Based on the FA Cup final win, I had to demote him, so I'm going to demote him down to Class B, but he's still in Class B for the crap he pulled this season. Sevilla's badge are in Class B for losing 5-0 in a final. Hugo Lloris. How Hugo Lloris is the French captain is beyond me. Lloris is not a very good keeper. The amount of times I see this guy play and I see the kind of costly mistakes he makes and the kind of easy saves that he misses out on is crazy. And I don't know how people even rate him. Lovren, I think Lovren was in Class A for like months. He literally was in Class A for months. So it's actually amazing how he's been demoted based on what he's been doing for Liverpool. What's his guys? Jorge Sampaoli, the Argentine manager. Cesc Fabregas. You see, Fabregas, based on his FA Cup final performance, which wasn't great, but it was okay, maybe he should be in Class A. What do you guys think? Should Fabregas go down to Class A? I don't know. I've got to think about that one. Smalling. I'm tempted to move Smalling down to Class A because he's been playing a little bit better. So I'm tempted to move him down to Class A. I had to do it. I was under pressure. I tried to escape it, but I think I gave in to peer pressure, man, and I had to do it. From being one of the best players in the Premier League and a guy who I rated above Hazard, Sanchez is officially a Class B brick. This has to be one of the biggest faults. From being rated as one of the best players in the Premier League, and this guy, he's a Class B brick. And if I went with the poll I put out on Twitter, he'd have a scholarship, which is, guys, come on. That's just crazy. Let's look at Class C. Donnarumma gave one of the worst goalkeeping performances that I've seen in recent memory. Like, his performance in the Coppa Italia final is one of the worst goalkeeping performances I've ever seen. His two mistakes that he made are... The only mistake even worse was probably Taibi's mistake for Man United, which I don't think was even that bad. Wenger, I don't believe in sentiments. Your team came sixth. You're still a Class C brick. Benatia, for that crap he pulled in in the Champions League semi-final. Champions League quarter-final rather. Candreva, one of the most ineffective wingers I've ever seen in my life. Morata, still a Class C brick. I'm sorry, Morata is still a Class C brick. I repeat, he's still a Class C brick. PK, now guys, tell me, because I think people disagree with me with this. I think PK is a brick. Class C? I still think he's a brick. But people disagree with me that he's not the decline. Because this isn't the PK of 2010 or 2008 or even 2012. Higuain, should Higuain be suspended? I don't know. He's still a strike heavyweight. Ashley Williams, Class C. Gary Cahill is still a Class C brick. Yes, he played better in the FA Cup final. I'm sorry. You're still a brick. I know. I'll still keep you. I'll keep it Class C. Sissoko, Class C brick. Torres, you know what? Torres has retired, so I think based on him retiring, I think the best and the nicest thing to do is to keep him as a Class C brick. And yeah. Man, oh man, oh man. People are harsh. Uncle Moo is a Class C brick. What more do you want me to say? 19 points behind United, 19 points behind Man City. And you come up with that crap in the FA Cup final. So yeah, he's currently a Class C brick. So suspensions. Bakayoko's been suspended. I think his guy's been playing a lot better based on all the kind of pressure he's been on, as well as Courtois. They both have been suspended. And currently under review are Ozil and the Polish nuke Lewandowski and Xhaka. So Ozil, Lewandowski, and Xhaka are all under review. So again, guys, tell me in the comments review who should be in there, who should not be in there. Bada bing, you know, which bricks should be removed, which bricks should not be removed. So yeah, and remember to head to the website. It's halffullfootballhot.com. Vote on the poll, the legend of the week. Look at the latest rankings, the different tiers, the Brick Academy for your viewing purposes. The forum is there as well, WH11. And I've also launched the World Cup page, the official World Cup page, where you can see all the different playlists that I have my stuff with the Banter Boys, looking at the squads, player focuses, analysis, and retrospectives. So let's just, get into some general things here, So the Football Hot, we've been rolling since 2010. It's been a very shaky road, to say the very least. I have tried to quit about 3 times. And I still think I'm still going to try and quit somehow, some way. But you know what? It still keeps on going, And what I'm seeing here is there's a massive increase in fan channels, which is a huge, massive increase, And the Football Hot isn't Arsenal Fan TV. It isn't Chelsea Fan TV. It isn't CFC Fan TV. It isn't all of these things. And what I started at 2010 was that this is a football analysis channel, and I still want to stick by that. So again, you could say, people will say, yo man, Double H man, just, go back to Chelsea, live and let live, because if you go back to Chelsea and start doing Chelsea vids, your numbers will go up. And that's what people say, look, my numbers will generally go up, because the whole fan TV thing where you're focused on one club definitely gets much more traction. And I made my decision based on racism, based on the fans, based on the toxic environment. I said, you know what, now I have to end my ties there. But so the Chelsea, they're like an ex-wife. I was so passionately with them that I still get to raise the residuals of going back. Hence why I keep on doing this whole thing with them content. So there's still residuals based on the love affair I have with Chelsea. Basically, it's like an ex-wife. But with regards to the football hot though, is that I feel that there's nothing like this out there. Because the thing is this, I'm in a tricky situation. Because a guy like me, a regular guy who wasn't an ex-professional football player, has never been on a Sky Sports, an NBC Sports, a BBC Sports talking analysis and so forth. A regular guy like me, people will say, no, sorry, you're a fan. So I want you to rant, I want you to scream, and I want you to be the fan. I want you to be a caricature and a character. And I'm not that. I've been playing, I think I've pretty much owned every single football management game. So since I was about 11, 12 years old, I've just been obsessed with tactics, analysis, and management. Those are the games that I played, were just football management games. So while everybody was playing fighting games and platform games, I was playing football management games like LMA Manager, Premier Manager, Player Manager, all this other stuff. So, and I just believe that, I know the game, but I view the game differently. I don't view the game in the same way as other analysts do. I view it in my own unique way, which brings a little bit of humor, some entertainment, and just gives you tidbits that other guys won't really see, because I feel the game. It's not about numbers or stats or reading all these shit or these articles. I feel for football. Football feels me, I have this affinity for the sport, and I just believe that what this channel is it brings people in. Yes, I can be sometimes subjective. Yes, I can be sometimes biased, but I truly believe that what separates me from fan channels is that I look at things objectively, and I look at football as a whole. And I talk about the Bundesliga, I talk about the Serie A, I talk about other football teams, I talk about football globally, within the world. So, which is why I just feel that this channel, whether it blows up or not, is not really my issue. Cash-wise, I've got a few side hustles on the side, and even with the whole Patreon thing, it's not a case of like, my gosh, I want you to pay. Definitely, it's not one of my side hustles. It's just a way to support the channel. But I think what is important, even more so than the Patreon, is the existence of this channel, where people can be like, you know what, I just want to just listen to football analysis. I don't want this tribalistic thing of, my thing's better, my boys are better, my boys are better. I don't want to just see a guy just talk about football, because I believe that football as a sport is greater than any club, any team, any allegiance, because it is the greatest sport in the world, and it is one of the greatest inventions in the world. That's what football is. I'm sorry, no offense to but football is one of the greatest inventions in the world. So that's why, I'm working on a few things. That's why I told you I've got the iMac. I try to edit things a little bit small. And again, that's why I want to do this video. Suggestions. Give me suggestions. What are things that you want to see more of, less of? Do you like things being a lot more edited with pictures, or do you like things to be a bit more raw? What are other kinds of things you would like to see from the channel? Because my thing is that I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to find out, okay, what exactly works and what exactly doesn't work, But the key thing with this is that I would want to keep it. No, this is real. Like, I treat football very seriously. Like, I've loved football ever since I can remember, ever since I was 6, 7 years old. So And again, sorry, this is no beef to any of those fan channels out there. I'm a huge supporter of Arsenal Fan TV. I think what Robbie has done with Arsenal Fan TV is absolutely amazing. I'm a massive fan of 100% Chelsea. The less said about the other Chelsea channel, the better. But I'm a huge fan of what 100% Chelsea do. I'm a huge fan of what Arsenal Fan TV is. I do well know football banter guys. They're my guys. They're my guys. I love what they do for Liverpool and Arsenal. But for me, I'm the black sheep. I am not with the other things, and I just feel like if I am in my own lane, and I just feel that the ethos of this channel is educating you about the game of football, telling you why this guy's a brick, why this guy is good, individually what works tactically, what works for a player tactically, and so even going forward with these videos, I want you to have fun, laugh, be entertained, but at the same time learn something. I want to teach guys something, because remember, I started this when I was in my 20s. I'm not going to reveal my age, but I began this when I was in my 20s, and I told you, if you look at my early videos, I don't have a clue what the hell I was doing. I was filming this with a flipping webcam, and I was like, you know what? And I began this because I said, there is nothing out there footballing-wise that has previews and reviews. And I think that for a football fan, people should have that. You've got movie previews and movie reviews, but there's nothing for football previews and football reviews. So I need to cater to that and give people that thing. And which is why it is a very hard nut to crack, which is why, let's say a BBC or a Sky, they can't hire me. They can hire a fan because a fan works. Because yeah, you're a regular guy and we can bring you as a common man from the streets to talk. But a guy like me, a black dude who's Nigerian with a heavy Nigerian accent, who wears shades and is trying to talk about football analytically, they're like, nope, sorry, that can't sell. Hence why people say we should be on BBC or on Sky. It's not about that. It's about this. Because the world has changed. The world has changed. I told you, I hardly watch TV. Almost my TV is YouTube. Regular people are pushing content forward. And that is the future. So I'm going on crazy rants there, but that is what the content is about. These big TV stations and so forth, they're not the be-all and end-all. They're just another avenue. And this is another avenue that is rising. And I think it is very good seeing the rise of the fan channel. I think this fan channel is going to get bigger and bigger because trust me, guys, in the next few months, you're really going to see fan channels get really huge. But I just believe that, the half of football hot, we are what we are. And I'm thankful for the people who have been on this journey with me because, yes, I may not be, people may say, man, you're missing out on a lot by not pledging allegiance to a club because you would be getting as much views as all of these other fan channels. But I believe that I'm looking at the long game. And the football hot is not a trend. It's not a trend. It's not a thing of, oh, this is hot now. Because trends die. Trends go down. The football hot, it isn't a trend. It's about football. Talking about football. And as long as this bloody F rolls around, unless aliens come down, football will always exist. And as long as the football exists, I will be there to analytically critique it. So, hopefully, in my view, this football hot can never be a trend, So, yeah, man, that's the thing out there, So we just see what the future holds for the football hot. But I think definitely, guys, online content-wise, even what these fan channels are doing, there's definitely a lot of power with what we're doing individually. Look at Arsenal Fan TV, 100% Chelsea Football Banter Show. It's better than a lot of stuff that you see on TV. Like, we are taking content into the future because we're real, we're unadulterated, and we give it to you real. Give it to you raw. So yeah, man, let's see what happens, man. So remember, guys, this upcoming week, so from 12 p.m. onwards, we're going to be seeing much more of the Hope Meets Banter thing. And we're going to be working as well. We're trying to break down groups, and we're planning on having a World Cup campaign of analysis. And guys, as you well know, I've been doing this since 2010 World Cup. You know your boy. Hopefully, God willing, I'm going to be analyzing each game, and I'm going to be even going deeper into different analysis because I want to give you guys the best flipping coverage possible for the World Cup because you guys deserve it. For rocking with your boy Double H Half Up. Alright guys, peace out, stay true, and stay black.